I'm Ashton Addison from Blockwest Capital for Investment Pitch Media in the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have David Taylor, the token architect of NextEarth. David, welcome to the show, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for the opportunity, and happy to be here.
You're very welcome. It looks like you've been working hard there with the team and on the whiteboard, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to come on and talk about NextEarth. Let's just dive straight into it. I'd love for you to explain what you and your team have been working on at NextEarth, and then we'll just dive in the details from there.
Sure thing. So first of all, NextEarth, our vision is to become the business platform of the decentralized Web3 based metaverse. I think there is a lot of sort of philosophical conversations going on about how the metaverse is being built. We are seeing a lot of corporates, we are seeing a lot of blockchain companies trying to conquer this space. And our vision is to become a platform as a service provider where technical and economic structure is set to create the engine for the decentralized iteration of the metaverse, so to speak. We're already the third largest metaverse platform if you look at the community numbers on the planet, with over 250,000 registered users. And we also have a native token called NXTT that had a very successful token launch only a few weeks ago. The remnants of this can be seen on my wall behind me.
Amazing. Thanks for that intro, David. And yeah, Metaverse continues to blow up, especially with corporations, institutions getting involved and wanting to get some of this limited amount of land. I know NextEarth also, there's a lot of NFTs and access and different things that are available. Maybe you can dive in a little bit deeper on the NFT side to share with us.
Sure thing. So NextEarth as a platform enables citizens to buy and sell plots of land on basically a virtual Earth, which is a replica of the real Earth, while creating value on the real one. This is practically a social experiment on how virtual spaces can be managed, how they can be governed, how they can be used to back environmental projects, which is something that's pretty close to our hearts. Mm-hmm. NextEarth has been using blockchain technology to handle payments and store ownership of lands, which we feel is really important as one of the flagship philosophical arguments of NextEarth is to bring true digital ownership to the internet. The chosen technology that we're going with is the Polygon blockchain because of its advantages over Ethereum, like low gas fees, fast block times, and it really allows for the best available user experience currently. Mm-hmm. Two main parts of how these NFTs work in the smart contract architecture without doing a deep dive into the tech. We have a payment contract that handles the process of buying land, and there is an NFT contract that handles the process of minting the land and the ownership of the land. I think what's really important about the NFT part of building a metaverse, especially a land-based metaverse, is that any type of activity that will be done on these virtual lands are going to be done basically similarly to a way how you would do it on a real land, right? So you could do agriculture or imaginary worms in the form of play to earn games. You can create buildings on them. You can create businesses on them. They can be used or visited by other people. I'm talking about NFT galleries, AR, VR, web shops. That can be like a totally imaginary setting, or you can also have a sort of real shops digitized and rendered building and store into VR. We're thinking of educational environments, even integrated with what we call learn to earn games, which would provide a lot of opportunities for people just joining the labor market. But we're also looking at creating opportunities for hosting live events like concerts or theater plays. So it's really sort of a green field where anything is possible, and the technology today already allows us to do any kinds of things with NFT lands. The question is, what's the right approach to it? And our goal is for you to be able to monetize your land using them for yourself, either with one of the above opportunities, or we're seeing an opportunity for having a financial layers when you can actually just lend your land out to others who were late or just want to conduct any activity in that area. So just as in the real world, right? I have a plot of land, I rent it out to someone who does agriculture on that. It's really not rocket science. It's just a question of how you make that happen in the metaverse. Also, the financial layer, again, this is something we're going to be very familiar with. You can use your NFT land as collateral to get a loan from like an NFT lending protocol. You can reinvest that into creating those business activities. I think the possibilities of this sort of digital metaverse world are really endless, and it will bring a paradigm shift to the world we know. Now we are seeing the sort of 0.01% of the global population who becomes a landowner in this Web3 ecosystem. But I think the point here is that today, there are these metaverse companies, these NFT companies, but this is truly sort of the new iteration of the internet. So just like 20 years ago, there were internet companies and other companies, and now there are just companies, right? Every company is practically an internet company. That's what's going to happen within the next 10 to 15 years to the rest of the world.
Crazy, David. And thank you for that insight. And yeah, I do love that there are essentially no rules in terms of customization on plot of land that you own. Some of these metaverses are like anti-gravity or underwater, and then I find that really fascinating. And you did mention at the beginning that you guys did a token raise. People are buying up this land. In this example, at least right now, do you need to use the NextEarth tokens exclusively to purchase the land? And maybe you can talk about selling the tokens that you guys did and the raise that you guys completed.
Sure thing. Yeah, sure thing. So right now, the way you can buy land as of today is using Matic, because we're on the Polygon chain. But we are planning to introduce NXTT for you to be able to purchase land in the future. So just to give you a bit of background, in January, we announced the availability of this native token after the pre-sale to be available for trading on Uniswap. And then after this sort of initial trading period, we are planning to list NXTT on multiple, both decentralized and centralized exchanges. The token itself launched on January 22nd on our own proprietary launchpad, which provided a ticket-based system for our community, which was basically a sort of very convoluted system, but we wanted to avoid having whales in the community early on. And if you look at the token holder distribution, just download that on Polygon Scan on the smart contract address, and you just put it into a spreadsheet, you will see that the distribution chart is basically flat. And that means that we have probably the most egalitarian society in the blockchain industry right now. So on the 27th of January, this whole thing just started, and we are planning on listing on a centralized exchange pretty soon. We're going to introduce NXTT staking. There is a very sophisticated description of how the decentralized reward pool will work within the metaverse, and how you can generate an APY through staking NXTT. But basically, the currently most important part is that the earlier you start hodling NXTT, the larger stake power you will have, which will then reward all those people who get their hands on NXTT early on, and then they hold on to it. NXTT holders will also be able to take part in Launchpad projects. The more they have, the longer they have them, the better tiers, therefore better discounts, etc. More information they can get to attend and basically become early supporters of these new Launchpad projects. We are currently expecting to launch anywhere between 10 to 20 new projects this year through the Launchpad. We're already working with a bunch of these projects, actually. So I would say that we already have that deal flow and pipeline. We've just been doing this under the radar because I think our community will know this very well. We only publish something once we know what we're doing. And also, I think one more thing that I need to add is that NXTTs and the whole token economy has a burning mechanism embedded. So throughout the flow of the token within the economy, NXTT will continuously burn based on the ecosystem economy activity. So it's not like a sort of arbitrary number of tokens are being burned, but we have a very sophisticated mathematical simulation that's governing the entire token economy.
That's great. Yeah, unlike the real world
exactly
fiat currency.
Exactly.
So great. Thank you for mentioning all that about the distribution. That sounds very fair. I'm curious for the land so far, you know, for the NextEarthians that already own land, hopefully, you know, the token fairness will equate to fairness of actually owning the land and being able to have, you know, small people buy little pieces of land. You know, is a lot of the land already bought up yet, or is a lot of the earth still owned by nature?
So here's the thing. We have about 250,000 registered users. We have a bit more than 40,000 landowners. And if you look at the numbers, that practically means that we've sold less than 0.001% of the total land available. So like literally imagine that you're one on the first galleys from Spain to America that arrived on the shores of America. And basically you just got to put down your fences and put down your flag and they're like, and just go like, this is my land now. Like this is literally where we are right now.
Amazing. Well, that sounds great, and very early on. And I also want to touch on that launchpad as well, because that sounds fascinating. I'm really excited to see how that plays out. I'm definitely going to look more into the NXTT tokens to ensure we can help grow these other platforms that are going to incubate through NextEarth. So that's very cool. But as for the land, it's great to hear that most of it is still available. What's the way that people can access it if they want to start learning more about the NextEarth ecosystem and then actually get some of the land?
Okay, so one of the goals we have is to create a very fascinating user experience, because if you look at the numbers of the crypto space currently, there are about 300 million crypto users in the world globally, based on a research conducted by AAA a couple of weeks, months ago. I think it was like 2 months ago. I believe that within the next 5 years, we're going to reach 1 billion people. So that's another 700 million people joining crypto. And one of my mantras is that for those people, for those 700 million people, the word cryptocurrency or blockchain or Web3, that will equal to the metaverse, right? So they won't come from the sort of traditional crypto revolutionary industry, or not going to be technologists. They're going to be like my mom, my sister, their friends. They have no idea about the tech. They just understand that they want to use this just like they're using the internet, which means that we need to create this experience to be the easiest thing in the world. So the way you buy land is you log into the platform on nextearth.io and you go on the map, find a plot, which is practically a group of 10 meter by 10 meter tiles that's not owned by anybody. And you mint your land NFT through the platform, literally just 2 clicks and it's yours. You need to connect your wallet. And currently, as I said, you can pay for the minting fee in Matic, since we're on the Polygon network. But that's practically it. You just need to find a plot of land that you fancy, go on, pay for the minting fee, and it's yours.
Definitely. Yeah, no, that's great to know. And that 10 meter by 10 meter actually, that brings a lot of clarity, because I was curious, how big of land can you buy? Can you buy a country or a city? And how expensive is it to buy one plot of land? And does it matter if you're buying it in downtown or if you're buying it in the middle of the jungle?
There are there is a mathematical formula that we published in the white paper that basically governs tile prices. And some of the factors that really drive these prices are demand, the number of people who own land in that country, how many people are buying land in that country. So obviously, like Vatican, for example, has always been one of the most premium pieces of land because it's a small country. Mm-hmm. Not too many people can buy that. So the prices went up pretty quickly. And then you look at like ocean ties, which are international waters, and they obviously have a very low price. Mm-hmm. The logic is that within the next Earth economy, it shouldn't matter how many land ties you own, because we see that some people will be generating revenue through just staking based on the land they have. And that will basically, they become landowners, they become landlords. In a sense, they will rent out their land so other businesses can create business on them and generate revenues. But we also see that if you just buy, I don't know, you buy land for $100 on NextEarth. Mm-hmm. If you do that, you will be able to participate in play to earn, work to earn, learn to earn protocols that we're going to be launching on the launchpad, and you will be able to generate basically a comparable amount of revenue to those that own a lot of land. And if you really sort of roll this out in your mind, I can start small and then basically keep buying land. So I can sort of, I don't like this term, but yeah, I'm just going to sort of hint that, you know, it goes towards passive income.
Amazing. Thank you for that. And you're right. You do have to start small. Everyone starts somewhere, right? But to get it for cheap and just a small amount of land, it sounds like there's a lot available and it's affordable to a lot of people. So for the viewers that are, you know, they're interested in metaverses, they want to get some land or they want to learn about NextEarth more, what's the best way for them to get involved and to take the next steps?
So first of all, go on our website, nextearth.io, create an account, connect your wallet, and start browsing on the map. And if you have any questions, make sure that you join our Discord server, and you will find the link on our website. And we currently have, I think the last time I saw it, we had about 60 or 70,000 people on our Discord server. And the team is also trying to be fairly active on that. I'm trying to spend as much time on that because whatever we want to do with the economy, with the token, it's all coming from the community. So if you join our Discord server, you will be talking to me a lot.
Amazing, David. Thank you so much for taking the time. Really fascinating project. I'm definitely going to look into the land, and I will join the Discord as well. I will leave the Discord link and the platform link and everything in the description box below for the viewers. Appreciate you coming on, and let's follow up in the near future.
Thank you so much, Ashton.